Hello, team, and welcome to episode 5. This is going to be Expa. Wait for it, Dieted. And this is going to be a fast class. We are traveling, but I did not want to leave you hanging. So, we are going to be doing a quick review, a reminder of the future times. Today, we'll be talking about the three main ones. I will reserve a class in the future to talk about some of the more advanced future times. But if you pretty much know going to and will, you can talk about anything in the future. We will also be talking about, I know it sounds weird, the present continuous in the future, but that is it for today. So let's see what we've got. Uh, I brought Lise down to New York, and she's playing tourist with Grandma, seeing some cool stuff. And her new favorite song is "Welcome to New York." So that is your warm up. If I have to listen to it, you have to listen to it. But for the Swifties out there, I guess that's good news. And some quick questions. You've just received a ticket to New York next week. What are three things you will definitely do there? And what is your favorite song about New York? There's a lots of good ones. I like "I Am I Said" by Neil Diamond, but there's the Empire State of Mind with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. That's a good one too. But lots of good ones. So our grammar point, the future time. Starting with the first one we usually learn, which is going to. And we have a variation of this, I guess, in Portuguese, but realistically, what you want to know is going to paired with a verb. Going to go, going to play, going to eat, going to watch, going to do, going to sleep. And whatever verb you know, you can say it in the future if you know going to. It is slightly more informal. It's more of a, what are you going to do this weekend? It's kind of lighter. It feels like it's an intention. And I think that's the main word. We also have this planning aspect to it where I'm thinking about something I will do later. I'll plan. And I gave you some examples here. Option number two is will. And will sounds a little bit stronger. If I say I will do something, it's like, all right, I believe you. You're kind of signing your name under it. So I would say that will might be a good option in a more business-like formal situation. Will has a second use, which I think is important, which is for spontaneous, reactive decisions. What do I mean by that? If I spill some water, I wasn't planning to spill the water. So, I will go clean it up. Or if the doorbell rings, I'll see who it is. It's something that you weren't really expecting. So it's the opposite of going to in that sense. Number three, something that I definitely hear more from native speakers than my students. We use the present continuous. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but we use the present continuous with an anchor word to turn something into something really set in stone, really serious, something that is in the schedule. I would say it's the strongest of the three. And it should be at least implied, but it's usually explicit. What I mean by that, at 10, tomorrow, next week, on Friday, there should be some time expression. Because if I say I am playing soccer right now, but if I say I am playing soccer on Friday, it's the future. And I think this is good for things that you want to put in a schedule. It almost feels like you've started this. So if I say, I'm going to watch Snow White, maybe. We'll see what happens. If I say, I will watch, well, let's just make it better. I'm going to watch Snow White on Friday. It's like, yeah, maybe. I will watch Snow White on Friday. So I will. I'm trying to convince you. But if I say I am watching Snow White on Friday, it sounds like I've already bought the tickets. It's the most serious of the three. Next up, I finished a trilogy of books on the flight over, and I really like them. Pretty dark. So if you like that dark fantasy style, I'm going to call him a protagonist. It's hard to call him a hero, but he is the most anti-hero protagonist I've ever seen. He's not necessarily bad, but I don't think there's a human being on the planet that will call him good because I guess he has his code. You can say that. But interesting book, very well written. And I like that it was, short, 3 books, and it's done. And I like some of the dialogue, both internal when he's kind of talking to himself, and also external that I saw in the book. So with nonfiction, I usually share some of my insights. With fiction, I'll share some of my favorite quotes. Makin, great character. He's kind of his right-hand man to the main character. Makin lost everything. But then again, Makin knows that winners may be admired, but they are not liked. Number two, some things can't be cut in half. You can't half love someone, you can't half betray or half lie. And number three, even the king can't control men's gossip. So those were just some of the quotes. And if you like this style, I recommend it. Our talking point, New York, came to visit, and some people have been here. They might have seen a different version of New York. It's a little bit different than the last time I came. It's definitely different from when I grew up here. And places you would like to visit, things that you associate with New York, some of New York's nicknames, that has a bunch. Your thoughts about Broadway and theater shows, whether you like them or not. And your challenge is called the Ruining Game. It's one of the best ways I have found to practice the future in a fun, light way. And basically, you need to make something bad. What I mean by this, player one will make a statement about the future. I will travel to New York. The next person's going to ruin it, but it will rain every day there. Ha ha ha. And you will stay in the hotel. And that person will say something. I'm going to run a marathon this year. Yeah, but you will get cramps on the 20th kilometer. So just a quick, easy way to be practicing your future. You can use going to, will, present continuous, up to you. Team, that's it. Like always, thank you, and I hope to see you in class.